All right, thanks for joining us, everyone. Today on Nature Tales, we're going to be talking about the moon. And I don't know if anyone saw the moon last night, but it was really cool. It's called a wolf moon. So it's a special moon called the wolf moon. And we're going to be talking about the moon today. So my name is Monica, and today we're going to be reading a book called Moon, which is Earth's Best Friend. And I really, really like this book. I'm excited to show you guys the moon. So, all right, so we'll go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to spotlight my video for you guys so that everyone can see the photos. All right. Did you guys see the moon last night? Raise your hand if you saw the moon. It was pretty cool. It was huge. All right. All right. So go ahead. Look up. Look up. It's me, the moon. I'm Earth's best friend. Where Earth goes, I go. We have been together since the beginning, almost. Let me tell you our story. Once upon a time, about 4.5 billion years ago, a space rock the size of Mars crashed into baby Earth. It was a big mess. Pieces of rock, chunks of earth, and even lava were blasted into space. The crash came together to make me, the moon, which is also known as a satellite. You guys ever heard the word satellite? Well, the moon is actually what we call a natural satellite. Natural just means that it's not created by people, and a satellite simply means that they circle the Earth or circle something. So she has thousands of man-made satellites too. They're mostly metal and plastic, not exactly best friend material. Guess that makes me Earth's #1 real sidekick. So it takes 27.3 days, or about 28 days, to go around the Earth once. It also takes 27.3 days to spin around. Coincidence? I think not. It means I'm dependable. My face always smiles at Earth. You never see my backside. But you probably noticed that I look different every night. Fun, right? Check out my phases. So when you guys see the moon, do you see different parts of the moon? Like last night, it was basically a full moon. It's called the wolf moon. But then as time goes on, during that 28 days, the moon is going to look a little different. It's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until almost there's like no moon. You can barely see anything. And then it will get bigger and bigger, and then you have a full moon again. Some other planets have best friends too, but I am Moon, but not the only moon in the solar system. But out of all the moons, she is the 5th largest. So there's other places that have moons too. I'll always be Earth's pal, but that doesn't mean that we're twinsies. She's bigger, 4 times bigger than the moon. And she is 6,784 miles around, but the moon is 24,874 miles around. That's huge. And her gravity is 6 times stronger. Gravity is the invisible force that makes an apple fall to the ground instead of flying up to the sky. A cow that weighs 600 pounds on Earth would only weigh 100 pounds on the moon. So if we were on the moon, we could bounce and we could fly, but here on Earth, we're just stuck to the ground. So speaking of cows, Earth has cows in nursery rhymes and nursery rhymes starring cows, but a cow has never jumped over the moon. I'm too far away for even a kangaroo to make that leap. The average distance between Earth and me is about 238,855 miles. That's a really long way to get to the moon. You could fit 30 Earths in that distance and probably a gazillion cows. All right. BFFs help each other out. I keep Earth from being too wobbly. This might be the most important thing I do, and you probably didn't even know about it. With me, gentle spinning. My gravity at work. Without me, it would be topsy-turvy. Don't worry, moon gazers, you are never without me. So we are happy for the moon because then we're not wobbling around on Earth. So when you guys see the sun come up, we always say the moon disappears. Well, they don't disappear during the day. They're always here for Earth. You just can't see me when it's super bright out or when it's cloudy or when I'm on the other side of Earth. I can prove that I'm always here. Check out the ocean's tides. So high tide happens twice a day. Low tide happens twice a day. That's called gravity again. My gravity pulling on Earth's oceans. So do you guys know that the ocean's tides are because of the moon? I have the best views of Earth, and Earth has the best views of me. But some Earthlings wanted to see me up close. I'm the only other place in the universe where man has set foot. And I do mean man. I'm still waiting for my first female astronaut. I've had 12 moonwalkers and left a few footprints. And some of those footprints are still there. No wind or rain or snow to mess them up. Maybe someday you guys will go there. Also on the moon, you won't find oxygen, mosquitoes, that's kind of nice, liquid water, animals, including cows, and no plants. But things you will find on the moon are rocks, really big rocks, more rocks, nail clippers, presents from Earth, a golf ball, a falcon feather, the American flag, and a hammer, all on the moon. Earth and I have so much fun together, like when we play eclipse, solar eclipse. I hide the sun for a few minutes, and we play this during the day. There's also a lunar eclipse, which means that Earth's shadow passes over the moon. We play this at night. I'm always here for Earth, and I'm always here for you. When Earth goes, I go. And where Earth goes, oh, you go. Guess that makes us best friends too. Okay. So I hope you guys learned some cool stuff about the moon. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you what happens when the moon goes around us. So you might have remembered in our book that the moon travels around the Earth and it takes about 28 days. So I'm going to show you guys something that I thought was really cool. And so we won't watch the whole thing because it's kind of long. But here, hopefully you guys can all see this. You guys can see what happened. So here's the moon and here's the Earth, and the moon slowly rotates around us. And it takes about 28 days for the moon to do that. And if you guys watch up here with the sun and the moon, you'll notice the moon is going to get bigger and then slightly smaller and smaller and then bigger and bigger and bigger. And that just keeps going on and on and on all the time. So we're on day 15 and you guys can kind of start seeing the moon get a little bit smaller, and then bigger and bigger. See, you can start seeing that the moon looks like it's kind of chunked away. It's not a perfect circle anymore, is it? All right. So I also want to show you guys this. So I don't think there's any music, but here you can kind of see that the moon will lose and start becoming a gibbous moon, and then it will wax and wane, and then it will start getting larger and larger again. So over time, during that 28 days, this is what you're going to see. So I want you guys to notice the moon the next about 28 days. So it was full last night, and then the farther and farther you go, you're going to notice that the moon looks smaller and smaller, and then it will get bigger. It's kind of cool, isn't it? All right. And then I think we have one more thing that I want to show you. Might have been it. I think that was it. Yeah. So not a lot of activities today because our book was a little bit longer. And it's kind of hard to do this, but what I want you guys to do now is I want you to observe the moon. So this is something that you can do with your families. So kind of towards nighttime, go outside and I want you to draw the moon every single night, or go look at the moon and see if it's really big or if it's really small. And I want you to just kind of watch it and see what happens over time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing this. And if you guys want to look at that, you can totally view that on your own. So next week, we're gonna be talking, Amanda is gonna be doing our nature tales next week. It was a little short today, sorry guys. I wish we could do some really cool moon activities together. There's a really cool Oreo activity that I really like that you can see the different phases of the moon. But next week, I don't know what Amanda's gonna do next week, but Amanda will be on for nature tales next week. Oh, someone asked, is there an easy way to remember the difference between waxing and waning? Not that I know of. That might be something that you want to look up, but I'm not sure an easy way to tell you. All right. Well, sorry, Mary, that didn't really help you, but all right. Thank you. All right. Well, hopefully you guys saw, you really liked our book this week, and next week we will see you same time, 10 a.m. On Tuesday. So thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day.